Now, in your correspondence with me about the poem and the issues it raised, you mentioned that some Jews also raised this dilemma for example, Freud and Marx, modern Jewish thinkers, this contrast or possible contradiction between human life, happy human life, and human labor. So, if we can just maybe briefly circle back to that for one moment before going on to some other things, I just wonder what factors led them to posit this distinction. Certainly, if we observe human life, any sort of excess of work can be damaging to the human soul, to creativity, to happiness, which is, I
Yes.
think, part of what they were observing.
Yes.
So, can the holistic and painful biblical view of work, as you express it, turned toward the world, overcome this challenge? Can it answer Marx and Freud as well as Yeats? And in fact, our own observations, where we are often harried and stressed and rushed for time and cannot fully, we feel we cannot fully live the happy life due to all of the pressures of what we call work.
It seems evident, and certainly philosophers, theologians, psychoanalysts, psychologists have attracted our attention to a kind of work that is imposed upon human beings and that are not at all a way for them to become a soul, as Keats was saying, but on the contrary, a work that is a slavery, a way to deny to the human worker any kind of joy, any kind of feeling that she has done something to be proud of, to be happy with. So, in fact, when we speak about work, human work, we speak about a gauge that goes from 0 to infinite. I mean, work can be 0 or close to 0, and it can also reach the infinite. I will take as an example a souvenir of the old country for me, Belgium. And I lived for quite a while in a region called Charleroi, rich with the coal mines. And people, men, came from different countries like Poland, Italy, Turkey, maybe others, to work in the mines. And the work was dehumanizing. The work that they accepted to perform for the sake of getting a surviving money, well, certainly did not cultivate their soul, but negated their soul. They were living in dismal conditions. They didn't know a word in French in a region that was French speaking. And they were considered as subhuman. So work can be terrible, but also it can reach the infinite. There are degrees in work, and the infinite is when there is self-respect and solicitude for the others. Then there is a feeling of achieving something that is like paradise. Well, that's the time to mention the Torah. The Torah is a call to fulfill things with love, with compassion, with creativity, with happiness of being able to obey a commandment coming from God. And how could it be more happiness than that? The Torah is allowing the human being to vibrate with the will of God, with the intention, the deep, ultimate intention of the Creator. And this is, I think, true happiness, not the distorted one, not a fantasy, but a reality.